Hello, Bruins. This is Mrs. Barnes and Mr. Silver, your media specialist team with your CPS student laptop crash course.
We're going to start off to help you remember where things are on your new laptop. It's pretty much the same as the old one with one major change, and that is the power button. It is no longer on the side, it is on the top right corner of the keyboard. And as the last one, it is a touch screen, and that screen wraps all the way around to the back if you want to use it as a tablet. Your charge port's on the left side over there by the escape key. And then your trackpad, of course, in the front. You have a headphone port on the right side just above the volume buttons. Next is logging in. You must log in to your computer for the first time at school on CPS Wi-Fi in order for it to work at home or on any other network. The first time you log on, it will take several minutes, so please be patient. Log-ons after that will be much quicker. If you do encounter no logon servers or any other error, or you can't find the other user option, restart your computer and then try again. Also, when you log in, your username will be your same username you've had in the past. If you've been at Columbia Public Schools, it's your graduation year plus your initials plus two numbers. Some are 01, some are 02. So if you don't know yours, please ask your teacher. They will be able to look it up in Infinite Campus. Also, your password was reset on the first day of school on August 22nd, so you'll need to use a temporary password, then log in and create a new password after that. So what you'll do is username up in the top, and then the password section, you're going to use your student number plus CPS plus 23. So if my student number was 123456, I would put in the password line 123456, CPS 23. And then hit enter. Make sure CPS is lowercase. When I hit enter, I will be prompted to set a new password. In creating a new password, there's just a few requirements. You need it to be at least 8 characters long. Have 3 of those characters must be either an uppercase or lowercase and a numeric, or a special symbol like an exclamation point. You cannot use one of your 5 last passwords you've used, so not last year's or the 4 from before that. Once you change this password, this is now your password from then forward. Make sure that password that you choose is meaningful to you and you write it down somewhere so you do not forget it. And if you forget it, you've got a place to look.
The next 2 slides are about what happens if your laptop is broken or stolen. Instead of reading every single word on this page, I'm going to let you look at it yourself and also tell you that this information is available on the Rockbridge website.
What happens if you lose your laptop? Your first time is $100. Second, hopefully that doesn't happen, is the replacement price. And so a student not returning to CPS is charged the current price if the laptop is not turned in. Each year we reset those lost instances. And if you do find the device in usable condition that same year, the fine will be refunded.
Here's some information about chargers. If your charger stops working, bring it to the media center as soon as you can. Don't throw it away. If you bring us a broken charger, we'll replace it for free. If you lose your charger, replacement chargers are available in the media center for $20. If you come to school and your laptop needs to be charged, most classrooms will have a few chargers for students to use, but there are also a few chargers available in the media center for one-day checkout.
All laptops must be returned at the end of the school year, or if you are leaving the school. Students are required to return their laptop and charger to the media center if you transfer or are no longer with Columbia Public Schools. If they are not returned, refer back to the lost fines that will be collected.
Here's a little bit of information about setting up your email. Everyone's desktop should have an icon that says Outlook on it. The program will autofill your full email address after you click on it. You'll then click Connect and you'll choose Outlook or Office 365. This enables you to access your email account from the desktop icon.
Some best practices about email is you want to make sure that in the settings, of email, you set up an email signature with your name, grade level, and school name. That way, people will know who you are when you're emailing them. Check your email at least once a day, and also follow good email etiquette. When you start your email, make sure you have a greeting like, Dear Mr. Silver, and then you write in complete sentences, and then use a closing salutation like sincerely, Mr. Silver, or you just have a signature like we mentioned in the first bullet, so that then your salutation and closing is already included.
We think it's a good idea for everyone to install Google for Desktop at this time. It's important that you do this installation at school because it won't work from home. Installing Google for Desktop will allow you to open and save documents on your laptop without downloading from Google first. It's a real time saver. So what you need to do is go to the Software Center. You'll click on the lower left-hand corner, kind of the Windows icon. You'll open that, and then you'll see Software Center where it says number 1 on your screen right now. Click on Install for Google Desktop. Once you've found that, over on the right-hand side, you can see the second step there is to find Google Drive for Desktop. And then third, once you've installed the software, you can see Google as a folder on your computer, the Q Drive. Again, that will enable you to save anything you're working on right to your Google Drive easily.
Best practices for using Google Drive. Make sure you're using your CPS Google Drive account when you're working on class materials. Use Google Drive sheets and slides to ensure that your work is always saving. You can then access these documents from any internet-connected device. Make sure you name your documents so that you can easily search for your work. If you don't name them, they are defaulted to the name of Untitled, and you'll have 10 to 20 of them named Untitled, and it'll be really hard to find them. So make sure you give your documents a title.
Finally, just a reminder of some of the laptop expectations at Rockbridge High School. Bring your fully charged laptop to school every single day. You'll probably be using it in every one of your classes. If you don't have a charged laptop, first seek out a charging station in your classroom. Be sure you use your device in a way that complies with the district technology acceptable use policy. Take good care of your laptop and be a good digital citizen. If something happens to your laptop, report the damage, theft, or loss of that device immediately to the Media Center staff. Hey, thanks for listening. Have a great day.